What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Broadway Joel. If you'd like to stay up to date with boxing news, please hit that subscribe button. And if you've been here before, thanks for coming back. So Floyd Mayweather is one of the greatest fighters of all time, whether you like it or not. 50-0, you gotta give him respect. So why was he never undisputed champion? With all the buzz right now with Canelo and Josh Taylor and Teofimo all going undisputed, why was Floyd Mayweather never undisputed champion? For the answer to that question, you have to go back to 2006. So in 2006, Zab Judah was one of the biggest stars in the welterweight division. He was undisputed in the three-belt era, and he had connections to BMF, the street gang from Atlanta / Detroit, Fabulous, the rapper from Brooklyn. G-Dep had him in the special delivery video, even had a rhyme about him. He was a big star around this time. Plus, he was from Brooklyn. Brooklyn people, we always represent for our guys, especially if you're scoring knockouts, which Zab Judah went to Corey Spink's backyard and did that. So, Floyd Mayweather saw him and saw a potential big fight. He saw the buzz around Zab Judah. Plus, Floyd Mayweather had his own connections to the streets, his own connections to hip-hop artists like 50 Cent and the whole G Unit. So, he saw a potential big fight for the black community, for the undisputed welterweight champion. But Zab Judah had his WBC title mandated him to fight Carlos Baldomir out of Argentina. This should have been an easy fight for Zab Judah. All Zab Judah had to do was win, and he would have got the Floyd Mayweather fight, and it would have been a huge fight for the undisputed title between two young black fighters. What happens? Zab Judah comes in out of shape and gets beat by Carlos Baldomir, of all people. But key thing to this, Carlos Baldomir was a poor guy from Argentina. He couldn't afford all those sanctioning fees. So he said, hey, listen, I'm only going to pay the sanctioning fee for the WBC because that's the one that mandated me. So he only kept the WBC title. Zab Judah ended up keeping his IBF title, even though he lost because Carlos Baldomir refused to pay the sanctioning fees. Can you fucking guys believe that? That shit is crazy. So Floyd Mayweather still, obviously, he was a money guy from the beginning. He was like, listen, I'm not going to make no money beating Carlos Baldomir. So he went on, beat Zab Judah for the IBF, which was a tough fight. A lot of people don't remember. That was actually a really tough fight. Crazy things happened towards the end, but that was a tough fight for Floyd. But people were like, wait a minute, why would you fight the guy who lost the undisputed title? So he went on to fight Carlos Baldomir, who only had one belt, the WBC, because remember, he didn't pay the sanctioning body for the WBA or the IBF. So Floyd Mayweather, for whatever reason, drops the IBF, beats Carlos Baldomir for the WBC. And another footnote is Floyd Mayweather's fight with Zab Judah was his last fight with Bob Arum. Bob Arum was still offering him to fight Antonio Margarito for $8 million, who was a title contender, or unification with Miguel Cotto, who was the WBA champion. He chose the route right after fighting Carlos Baldomir to fight Oscar De La Hoya, which at the time broke pay-per-view records. Now, I don't think anybody watching this would be like, hey, he should have went for the undisputed and fought Cotto and not vacated the IBF, when we saw eventually what happened. Because after he fought Oscar De La Hoya, that's when he became a pay-per-view star. That's when he became a household name. So the reason he never became undisputed was for money. And that's clear as day, breaking it down, going back to history. So when people say, oh, Teofimo's not undisputed, Teofimo this, Teofimo that, what's important is the lineage, the lineal. Because not only did he beat Zab Judah, who people say, well, that probably was the best welterweight, he went on to beat the guy who beat him. So we got to give Floyd Mayweather his respect, even though he was never undisputed. He was never undisputed by technicality, because had Carlos Baldomir paid all the sanctioning fees, he would have been undisputed, and Floyd Mayweather beat him easy. But all right, guys, that's my video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Comment in the comment section what you guys think of my explanation of why Floyd Mayweather was never undisputed. And also follow me on Twitter and TikTok. All right, guys. Till next time. Peace.